Welcome to the Deep Dive. You know we love to get specific here, and today we're diving deep into the world of Taurus.
Ooh, the bulls.
Especially for those of you out there who want to understand Taurus relationships better.
All kinds of relationships.
Yeah, romantic relationships, friendships, even how they are in the workplace. Our guide for this deep dive is set up like a friendly conversation.
I like that.
About how to navigate the world of a Taurus, full of astrological insights and advice. So, are you ready to unlock the secrets of the bull?
I am so ready. I've always found this sign so fascinating, and this guide really does a great job of breaking down those complex astrological concepts into advice that anyone can use.
Exactly. It's like getting wisdom from a friend who knows Taurus inside and out.
Love that.
So let's get started with the basics.
Okay.
Taurus Earth sign, ruled by Venus.
Yes.
Now, for those who aren't fluent in astro speak, can you break down what that tells us about their core personality?
Earth signs. Earth signs are all about being grounded. Like the roots of a tree, they're stable, connected to the physical world. They value practicality, consistency, and they tend to be very sensual.
So that's where the whole down-to-earth thing comes from.
Exactly. But then you add in Venus as the ruler, and that brings a whole other dimension. Venus is all about love, beauty, pleasure. Think indulging in delicious food, surrounding yourself with beautiful things, enjoying art.
That's so interesting. So it's like they have this earthy, grounded side.
Yeah.
But also this refined taste for life's beauty.
It's this beautiful blend of the practical and the pleasurable.
I love that. So how does all of this actually play out when you're interacting with a Taurus? I mean, everyone knows they're patient.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, incredibly patient.
Yeah.
But it's more than just like being slow to anger.
Right.
It's really about a deliberate approach to everything.
Mm.
They take their time to assess situations, consider all angles, and then they make a move.
That makes sense.
It's not about rushing into things.
Right.
And this applies to, how they approach problems, how they make decisions, even how they fall in love.
So they're taking the time to build something solid and lasting.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a project or a relationship.
Exactly. They want to make sure that whatever they invest their time and energy in is going to stand the test of time.
That makes so much sense. So if you're hoping to win over a Taurus's heart, you need to be in it for the long game.
Definitely.
No quick flings here.
No quick flings. A Taurus needs to feel secure
Okay.
and build trust before they fully open up. Think of it like cultivating a garden.
Ooh, I like that analogy.
It takes time, it takes consistency, it takes genuine effort to really see that blossom.
They want to know it's real.
Exactly. They want to know that you're in it for the right reasons, not just for fleeting excitement. And this also ties back to Venus, remember?
Yes.
They're attracted to genuine connection, those displays of affection that go beyond just superficial gestures.
Okay, so long game is key. Got it. What else are they looking for in a partner?
What are they looking for in a partner? Well, loyalty is huge. They need someone who is just as committed as they are, someone who values honesty and keeps their promises. Because remember, Taurus seeks stability.
Yes.
So a partner who is flaky or prone to drama
Deal breaker.
is a total deal breaker. Another thing is patience, of course.
Of course.
You can't pressure a Taurus. You can't rush them into anything. They need a partner who respects their pace, lets them unfold at their own speed.
So you're saying if you want a Taurus, you got to chill out a little.
Exactly. You got to be patient and allow the relationship to naturally develop.
Okay, so we got loyalty and patience. Shared values got to play a big part too, right? I mean, got to be important.
They want to build a life with someone who's on the same page, who understands that need for stability,
Right.
and shares their vision for the future. That doesn't mean you have to have identical interests, but you need to have that fundamental alignment when it comes to long-term goals, lifestyle preferences, how you view the world.
So you were saying before about Taurus being ruled by Venus, which means they appreciate the finer things.
Yes.
Does that mean they need super romantic gestures all the time?
It's funny, that's a common misconception.
Really?
People think that Taurus needs these grand, over-the-top displays of affection.
Right.
But actually, it's less about the gesture itself and more about the thought and effort behind it.
Mm.
They're very in tune with the physical world, so a lovingly prepared meal,
Okay.
a soft touch, a heartfelt note, those are the things that really speak to them.
It's the little things.
It's those everyday moments of connection that show genuine affection.
So it's not about how much money you spend. It's about
Exactly.
being thoughtful.
It's the thought that counts.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about the things that push a Taurus away? What are the absolute deal breakers in a relationship?
Well, instability is a big one. They can't stand chaos, drama, constant upheaval. It completely disrupts their sense of balance.
Right.
And remember, it all goes back to that need for security, for groundedness. Anything that feels erratic or unpredictable just makes them uneasy.
And what about pressure?
Pressure. Huge no-no. Trying to force a Taurus into a decision
Right.
or change the routine before they're ready, it's just going to backfire.
You got to let them move at their own pace.
Exactly. You got to respect their boundaries, their need for stability, and allow them to make decisions in their own time.
And I'm guessing lack of commitment is up there on the list of deal breakers.
Oh, absolutely. Taurus is in it for the long haul.
Yeah, they're not into playing games.
Not at all. If they sense you're not fully invested or just, testing the waters, they'll quickly lose interest. They need to feel like you're their rock, a steady, unwavering presence in their life.
Okay, so the guide also mentions disrespecting their space as a big deal breaker.
Ah, yes, this is an important one.
Can you elaborate on that a little?
So, Taurus needs time to recharge, to connect with their inner world. They're not always the life of the party, and they really value their alone time. A partner who doesn't get that or tries to smother them is just going to create friction. It's all about respecting their boundaries and giving them the space to just be.
So respecting their boundaries, understanding their need for solitude, that's essential.
It's crucial for a harmonious relationship.
Got it. We've talked a lot about their patience, but what about their anger? There's that whole bull analogy.
Right.
And the guide says when a Taurus gets angry, it's a force to be reckoned with. Paint us a picture here. What's it like?
Taurus anger is powerful.
Yeah.
But it's not a sudden explosion. It's more like a slow-burning fire.
Uh-huh.
Imagine a volcano, simmering beneath the surface, building intensity before finally erupting.
So is that withdrawal the first sign?
Usually, yeah. They become cold, distant, silent. They retreat into themselves to process their emotions.
So it's not yelling and screaming. It's more like
Exactly.
a chilling silence.
And it can be pretty intimidating.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because they're not impulsive, they're carefully considering their response, which, makes it even more impactful when it finally comes.
So what you're saying is it's like they're planning their revenge.
Well, not necessarily revenge, but they're definitely not going to react without thinking it through.
Okay, and here's something I'm curious about.
Mm-hmm.
The guide mentions they have a really strong memory, especially for hurts and betrayals.
Oh, yes. Taurus might forgive, but they don't forget. And those memories can influence their behavior long after the initial incident.
That's good to know. So let's say you're on the receiving end of that infamous Taurus anger.
Uh-oh.
What's the best way to handle it?
First rule, give them space.
Okay.
Trying to reason with a Taurus in the heat of the moment, that's like waving a red flag at a bull.
It's only going to make things worse.
Exactly. Just back off, let them cool down, and avoid any further provocation. Give them the time and solitude they need to process those emotions.
Okay, step back, let them cool down, and then what?
Once they've had a chance to calm down, you can approach the situation with a calm and rational demeanor. Be direct, be honest, and take responsibility for your actions if you played a part in their anger.
No sugarcoating.
No sugarcoating, no excuses. Taurus appreciates authenticity.
So just straight talk and a genuine apology.
Exactly. They need to see genuine remorse and a sincere desire to make amends.
Okay, I'm definitely taking notes here.
It's all about understanding their perspective and respecting their need for honesty and authenticity.
It's amazing how much insight you can gain just by understanding a person's astrological sign,
It's really powerful.
It really helps you understand not just what they do, but why they do it.
It's all about those underlying motivations and tendencies.
Yeah, and when you understand that,
it can make such a difference.
Help you communicate better, build stronger connections.
Absolutely. It's like having a secret decoder ring for human behavior.
Okay, I'm ready to move on to the next section.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Taurus compatibility.
Yes. This is where things get really interesting.
Because our guide hints at some pretty surprising pairings that actually work well with the bull.
It's true. It's not always who you'd expect.
So who are those ideal matches that resonate with the heart of a Taurus?
Okay, so remember those pairings we discussed earlier? Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, and Cancer. These are the signs that tend to harmonize beautifully with Taurus. They bring out the best in each other, complement each other's strengths, and create a really solid foundation for lasting relationships.
I'm ready to unpack all of that. Let's start with Virgo. Why are they considered such a good match for Taurus?
When you have two earth signs coming together, like Virgo and Taurus,
Yeah.
you just get this powerful synergy that's grounded in shared values.
So it's an earthy connection.
It is. They both crave stability. They're practical. They have a down-to-earth approach to life. They understand each other's need for routine, organization, a calm and harmonious environment.
It's like they speak the same language.
They really do. They're on the same wavelength when it comes to their values and how they approach life.
I love that. No drama. Just two grounded individuals building a life together, brick by brick.
Exactly. And they appreciate quality over quantity. They find joy in those simple pleasures of life, like creating a cozy home, enjoying nature, indulging in delicious food.
So it's all about those everyday moments of connection
Those shared values.
that create a really strong and lasting bond.
Absolutely. It's a really solid foundation for a relationship.
Okay, what about Capricorn? Why are they considered a power couple with Taurus?
Capricorn is another earth sign,
Right.
and they share Taurus's ambition,
Okay.
determination, focus on long-term goals. Together, they're just an unstoppable force.
So to get things done.
They understand and respect each other's work ethic, they support each other's ambitions, and they're both in it for the long haul.
They're playing the long game together.
Yes. And Capricorn's strategic thinking and leadership qualities blend beautifully with Taurus's steady persistence and unwavering loyalty.
That's like they bring out the best in each other.
Yeah, they really do.
Okay, we've covered the power couples. Now, what about Pisces? I'm fascinated by this one because they're a water sign.
It's a surprising match, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that a water sign and an earth sign would get along so well.
Right.
But it's one of those pairings that proves that opposites attract in the best way possible.
I love that.
Pisces brings a touch of magic, emotional depth, creativity to the relationship,
Okay.
while Taurus provides the stability, the practicality, and the grounding that Pisces needs to feel secure.
So it's a beautiful balance of energies.
It is. It's a relationship where both partners learn and grow from each other. Taurus learns to embrace their emotions, tap into their intuition, and Pisces learns the value of structure, boundaries, and a more grounded approach to life.
Okay, I'm seeing a pattern here.
What's that?
It's like these ideal matches, they offer something that complements Taurus's core personality,
Yeah.
but they also add something new to the mix.
It's about finding that balance between similarity and difference.
Yeah, it's about challenging each other to grow. So we've got one more surprisingly good match on the list. Cancer. What makes this water sign a good fit for Taurus?
Cancer, like Taurus,
Yeah.
values emotional security,
Okay.
a loving home environment, deep, meaningful connections. Together, they create a sanctuary
A sanctuary.
filled with warmth, comfort, and unconditional love.
I love that.
They both prioritize family, loyalty, and creating a space where they can just relax and be themselves.
It's like a perfect match for nesting.
It is. Taurus brings that stability and security that Cancer craves.
Yeah.
And Cancer brings emotional depth, nurturing energy, a touch of sentimentality to the relationship.
So it's this beautiful blend of practicality and emotional depth.
It is. It's a really harmonious match.
Okay, so we've talked about the surprisingly good matches.
Yes.
But not every pairing is going to be smooth sailing, right?
Not always.
The guide mentions a few signs that might be a little more challenging for Taurus.
There are definitely some signs that might test their patience.
Who should our listeners be wary of?
Okay, so remember those signs we talked about earlier, Aries, Gemini, Leo, and Sagittarius?
Yes, I remember.
These are the ones that might clash a bit with Taurus's need for stability and that grounded approach to life.
Okay, let's break it down. Let's start with Aries. Why is this fire sign often considered a clash of personalities with Taurus?
Aries is just so impulsive,
Okay.
energetic, always ready to jump into action, and that can be really overwhelming for Taurus, who prefers to, think things through carefully before making a move.
So Aries is like ready, fire, aim, and Taurus is more measure twice, cut once.
Exactly. And those different approaches to life, they can lead to frustration, conflict, especially when it comes to decision-making or handling disagreements. Aries might feel like Taurus is holding them back.
Right.
And Taurus might see Aries as reckless and impulsive.
I can see how that would cause friction.
It's a classic case of too fast versus too slow.
So Aries is probably not the best match for a long-term relationship with a Taurus.
It can be challenging.
Okay, what about Gemini? Why is this pairing often a struggle?
Gemini is the social butterfly, flitting from one idea to the next, always seeking novelty and stimulation.
Always on the go.
Exactly. And Taurus, well, They prefer routine, predictability, and a more grounded approach to life.
Right, they like to know what to expect.
Exactly. And so their needs and communication styles can be really different.
And that could lead to misunderstandings.
It can create a sense of disconnect. Gemini thrives on intellectual banter, witty conversations, while Taurus prefers direct, straightforward communication.
So it's like they're speaking different languages.
In a way, yes.
So we've got Aries, we've got Gemini. What about Leo? Why is this pairing often described as a battle of egos?
Leo, like Aries, is a fire sign.
Okay.
But their energy is more about, seeking attention and admiration. They love to be in the spotlight. They thrive on grand gestures, expressions of affection. Taurus, however, is more reserved.
Right, more understated.
They prefer quiet intimacy, subtle displays of love.
I see. So Leo wants to shine brightly for the world to see, while Taurus is content with a warm glow just between them.
Exactly. And those differing needs for attention and validation can create friction.
Makes sense.
Leo might feel like Taurus isn't giving them enough attention or appreciation, and Taurus might see Leo's need for grand gestures as, insincere or over the top.
Okay, last challenging match. Sagittario. What makes this pairing so difficult?
Sagittario is the ultimate free spirit.
Right.
Always seeking adventure, expansion, new horizons. And this can be incredibly challenging for Taurus, who values stability, security, a strong sense of home.
It's the wanderer versus the homebody.
It is. And Sagittario's need for freedom and independence can clash with Taurus's desire for commitment and a settled life.
Yeah, I can see how that would be a recipe for disaster.
It can be tricky. While Sagittario is off exploring the world, Taurus is back home, creating that cozy and comfortable nest.
So two very different approaches to life.
Absolutely.
This has been so insightful. It's amazing how much you can learn about relationships just by understanding these astrological influences.
It's like a whole new level of understanding human behavior.
It's like having this cosmic cheat sheet.
I love that analogy.
Right. But it's important to remember
What's that?
that every individual is unique.
Oh, absolutely.
Astrology can give us these great insights.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the success of any relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, or professional, depends on mutual respect, open communication, and a willingness to embrace each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's all about working together.
Okay, so before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's talk about Taurus in platonic relationships. The guide describes them as incredibly loyal
Oh, they are
and protective friends.
the best kind of friends.
What are some other qualities that make them such a great friend to have?
Well, Taurus friends are the epitome of reliability. They're the ones you can always count on no matter what. They're not flaky. They're not prone to drama.
They're the rock.
They're the rock in your storm. Always there to offer a listening ear and a helping hand.
You can always count on them.
Always. And they're incredibly generous, too, whether it's, cooking you a delicious meal or showering you with thoughtful gifts. They just love to show their affection in practical ways.
They're the friends who always remember your birthday and bring the best snacks.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the material things. It's that genuine care and thoughtfulness that shines through in everything they do. They make you feel special, appreciated, like you truly matter to them.
That's what real friendship is all about.
It is.
Okay, what other qualities make Taurus stand out in friendships?
Their loyalty is unmatched. They will fiercely defend those they care about.
Fiercely loyal.
Absolutely. They're not afraid to stand up for you or offer tough love when needed. But it's not just about protection. They're also excellent advice givers.
So they're the friends who will tell you to quit that dead-end job.
Oh, yeah.
Or break up with that toxic partner.
Exactly. They're the ones who will give it to you straight, even if it's not what you want to hear.
I need friends like that.
We all do. They see your potential and they want to help you reach it, even if it means delivering some hard truths along the way.
So having friends who will be honest with you, even when it's tough.
It's a true gift. They're not afraid to challenge you and push you to be your best self.
I love that. Any other strengths that come to mind when you think of Taurus as a friend?
They're incredible motivators and planners. They can help you stay on track with your goals, whether it's a fitness journey or a creative project. And they're always up for planning fun activities, outings, They're the ones who will organize that weekend getaway or plan the perfect dinner party.
Okay, so they're the ones who bring people together and make sure everyone's having a good time.
Exactly. They have a knack for creating a welcoming and comfortable atmosphere where everyone feels included and appreciated. They're the glue that holds the group together.
So far, it sounds like having a Taurus friend is a pretty amazing experience.
It really is.
But every sign has its challenges, right?
Of course.
There's no such thing as a perfect friend.
That's true. Every sign has its strengths and weaknesses.
What are some potential downsides to being friends with a Taurus?
Well, that stubborn streak we talked about,
Oh.
that can definitely be a challenge.
Yeah, I can imagine.
If they believe they're right, it can be incredibly difficult to change their minds.
You're not going to budge.
Not easily. They're not always open to new perspectives or ways of doing things, which can lead to some, frustrating conversations.
Okay, stubbornness noted. What else?
Their unforgiving nature can be a challenge, too.
Oh.
If you betray their trust, it can be incredibly difficult to earn it back. They hold grudges, and they don't let go of hurts easily.
So honesty and loyalty are really important in a friendship with a Taurus.
Absolutely essential. They need to know that they can rely on you completely, be someone who always has their best interests at heart, someone who's consistently there for them through thick and thin.
That's good advice for any friendship, really.
It is. Strong friendships are built on trust and mutual respect.
Okay, any other downsides we should know about?
Well, their preference for planned outings over spontaneous adventures can sometimes be a bit limiting.
Oh, right. They love their routine.
They do. They like to know what to expect, and they prefer to stick to their routines. So if you're the type who loves last-minute adventures and flying by the seat of your pants,
It could clash.
you might need to adjust your expectations a bit when hanging out with a Taurus friend.
Okay, so communication is key.
Always.
Let them know about your plans in advance.
Yes.
Be respectful of their need for structure and predictability.
Exactly. Clear communication is key to any successful relationship.
This is all so helpful. So, to sum it up, what are your top tips for maintaining strong and fulfilling friendships with a Taurus?
Okay, so first and foremost, honesty and trustworthiness are non-negotiable. Be someone they can rely on, someone who consistently shows up for them. Second, respect their pace and boundaries. Taurus doesn't like to be rushed or pressured, so give them the time and space they need to process their emotions and make decisions. And finally, be reliable. Taurus needs to know that you're someone they can depend on, someone who will be there for them through thick and thin.
So, be the friend you'd want to have.
Exactly.
Be reliable, be supportive, and always be there for them.
Those are the keys to a strong and lasting friendship with a Taurus.
Excellent advice. This has been an amazing deep dive into the world of Taurus relationships.
It's been fun.
We've covered so much already, from romantic entanglements to the nuances of friendships.
It's amazing how much you can learn about a person just by understanding their astrological sign.
It really is.
It's a powerful tool for understanding ourselves and others.
And we're not done yet.
We've got more to explore.
Next, we're stepping into the professional realm
Ooh, exciting.
and exploring the intricacies of Taurus's work style.
Can't wait to dive into that. I bet they're amazing employees.
Stay tuned, listeners. We'll be right back with more insights into the fascinating world of Taurus.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a flash.
Welcome back to our deep dive into all things Taurus. So far, we've explored how they approach love and friendship. But now, it's time to shift gears a little bit
Time to get professional.
and step into the workplace.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see how their astrological traits translate into a professional setting.
me too. This section of the guide really highlights how those Taurus characteristics we've been talking about actually play out on the job.
And from what I've been reading, if you're looking for a reliable and dedicated colleague, a Taurus is the way to go, right?
Oh, absolutely. One of the things Taurus individuals are known for is their incredible work ethic. I mean, they're dedicated, they take pride in their work.
They're not messing around.
No messing around. They're not satisfied with anything less than excellence.
Okay, and why is that?
Well, remember, they're an earth sign, right? So they're practical.
Right. Grounded.
They value tangible results.
They want to see something for their efforts.
They're not interested in cutting corners.
No shortcuts.
They're going to put in the time, the effort to get the job done right.
So if you have a project that needs to be done on time and to a really high standard, a Taurus coworker is the one to call.
Absolutely. They're organized, they're detail-oriented,
Right.
they're excellent planners, they execute things flawlessly.
They're like the project managers of the Zodiac.
In a way, yeah. And they're not afraid to roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty. They'll persevere until the job is done, and it's done right.
I admire that dedication. I imagine they're also pretty good at staying calm.
Oh, yeah.
when things get a little hectic at work.
They don't get flustered easily. They can handle those difficult situations with a lot of grace and composure.
They don't crack under pressure.
Not easily, which is why they're often great at dealing with demanding clients or managing teams. They keep everyone on track, focused.
That calm demeanor must be so valuable in a high-pressure work environment. So we've got organization, responsibility, a strong work ethic, and you said patience.
Oh, tons of patience.
I can definitely see how that comes in handy.
It's essential, especially in the workplace. You got to be able to roll with the punches,
Any other positive qualities that make Taurus really shine in a professional setting?
They're big picture thinkers. They're not just focused on the task at hand.
They see the bigger picture?
They're thinking about the long-term implications, how their work contributes to the overall goals of the company.
So they're not just checking things off the to-do list.
No, they're thinking strategically.
They're really invested in the company's success.
They're valuable assets to any team. They're good at assessing risks and making judgments.
Okay, it sounds like they have a lot to offer. But let's be real, no sign is perfect, right?
True.
Everyone has their weaknesses. What are some things that Taurus might struggle with in the workplace?
Well, I think you can probably guess this one, but their stubborn streak can definitely be a bit of a challenge sometimes.
That my way or the highway attitude.
Yeah, sometimes it can come across that way. They're very set in their ways, and they can be resistant to change, especially if they feel like things are working well as they are.
They don't like to fix what isn't broken.
Right, exactly. But in today's fast-paced, constantly evolving world, that can be a problem.
So if you're working with a Taurus colleague who's resistant to a new idea or process, how do you approach that?
Patience.
Understanding.
A lot of clear communication. Remember, Taurus individuals thrive in structured environments.
They like to know what's expected of them.
So no vague instructions or last-minute surprises that'll just throw them off.
So when you're presenting a new idea or process, what's the best way to get them on board?
Explain the rationale behind the change very clearly. Highlight how it's going to benefit the team or the company.
Appeal to their practical side.
Exactly, and give them time to process the information, to adjust to the new way of doing things. You can't force them to change overnight.
That's a recipe for disaster.
It'll just create more resistance. So be patient, be understanding, and communicate clearly.
Okay, so besides being resistant to change, any other weaknesses we should be aware of?
Their strong adherence to established methods can sometimes hinder progress.
Because they're so used to doing things a certain way.
Right, and it's worked for them in the past, so why change it?
That makes sense, but how do you encourage them to consider new approaches?
The key is to approach them with respect and a genuine desire to collaborate.
Really?
Don't frame your suggestions as criticisms, but rather as ways to enhance what's already working. Highlight the benefits. Emphasize how those changes align with Taurus's goals.
So it's about finding common ground and appealing to their practical side.
Exactly. Work together to achieve the best possible outcome.
Okay, this is all great advice.
Yeah.
Any other potential challenges?
Their preference for security over risk-taking can sometimes limit their professional growth.
They don't want to rock the boat.
They might shy away from promotions or leadership roles.
Because they see it as too risky.
Exactly. Or too disruptive to their routine. They thrive in stable environments, and they might be reluctant to take on new challenges that involve a lot of uncertainty.
So how do we encourage them to step outside their comfort zone?
Help them see the potential rewards. Reassure them that they have the skills and support to succeed. Highlight the aspects of the new role that align with their strengths, like their stability, their leadership qualities, their long-term planning skills.
So it's all about framing it in a way that makes them feel comfortable and confident.
Exactly. Help them see that stepping outside their comfort zone can actually lead to greater fulfillment and success.
Okay, we've talked about some of the potential challenges.
Yeah.
Now let's focus on solutions. What are some practical tips for working effectively with a Taurus colleague?
Clear communication.
There it is again. Communication is key.
It's so important, especially with Taurus individuals. They need to know exactly what's expected of them. So give them those detailed task lists.
Clear deadlines, specific guidelines.
Yes, exactly. They thrive in structured environments where there's no room for ambiguity.
So be organized and communicate clearly.
Exactly, and minimize disruptions and distractions as much as possible.
They need their space.
They do. They prefer to work in quiet, calm environments where they can focus without being interrupted.
Give them that dedicated workspace.
Yes, free from noise and commotion.
Okay, what about deadlines? Should we give them a little extra time?
Yeah, allowing ample time for task completion is key.
They like to take their time.
They do. They're not fans of rushing or cutting corners, so give them realistic deadlines and avoid pressuring them to work faster than they're comfortable with.
So no last-minute deadlines or unrealistic expectations.
No. They need that time to plan, to organize, and to execute their work thoughtfully and thoroughly.
Makes sense. Any other tips?
Establishing that foundation of trust and respect is crucial.
Oh, absolutely.
Taurus individuals, they're incredibly loyal, and they value those relationships that are built on mutual respect.
They need to feel valued.
They do. Acknowledge their hard work, create that positive, supportive environment. That way they'll feel secure, and they'll be able to truly thrive and contribute their best efforts.
I love that. So be a reliable colleague, someone they can count on to be honest and fair.
Exactly. And remember, Taurus individuals are incredibly hardworking.
Yes, they are.
Dedicated.
We've seen that.
And they bring so many valuable qualities to the table. By understanding their strengths and those potential challenges, we can create a work environment where they can truly shine.
This has been such a great look into the world of Taurus in the workplace.
It has.
They really are a valuable asset to any team, bringing their organization, their responsibility, their dedication,
Their persistence
to every task.
They're that steady, reliable force that keeps things running smoothly.
Okay, listeners, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
A lot.
From Taurus's romantic tendencies to their strengths and weaknesses in the workplace.
We've explored it all.
But we're not quite done yet. There's one more crucial area we need to explore before we wrap up our exploration of Taurus. Compatibility.
Oh, the juicy stuff.
Get ready to discover who sparks their romantic interest and who might be a little more challenging.
I can't wait to dive into that.
Stay tuned, listeners. We'll be back soon to unveil the secrets of Taurus compatibility. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. It's time for the grand finale of our Taurus exploration. Compatibility.
This is where it all comes together.
We've deciphered their personality, their love language, their friendships, and even their work style. But now,
A big question.
we're going to unlock the secrets of who they truly click with
Yeah, who's a good match?
and who might require a little extra patience and understanding.
Who might butt heads with the bull a little?
So, are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. The guide hints at some pretty surprising matches that work incredibly well with Taurus.
Surprising, but when you think about it, it makes sense.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Who are these lucky signs?
Well, remember those pairings we talked about before? Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, and Cancer.
Yes, I remember those.
Those signs tend to harmonize beautifully with Taurus.
Okay, let's dive a little deeper. I want to know why Virgo is considered such a solid match for Taurus.
It's all about those shared values. You know, when you have two earth signs coming together, like Virgo and Taurus,
Two earth signs.
you get this grounded energy, this stability, a really practical approach to life. They just get each other.
It's like they speak the same language.
They do. They understand each other's need for routine, for organization, for a calm and harmonious environment.
It's a match made in, like, practicality heaven.
It is. They find joy in the simple things, like creating a cozy home,
Oh, I love that.
enjoying nature,
Yeah, they both love being in nature.
indulging in delicious food. It's those everyday moments and those shared values that really strengthen their bond.
Okay, I'm sold. What about Capricorn? We were calling them a power couple earlier.
Oh, yeah. Capricorn, another earth sign, shares Taurus's ambition, their determination, that focus on long-term goals. Together, they can accomplish anything.
It's like they bring out the best in each other.
They push each other to succeed. Capricorn's strategic thinking and leadership qualities blend perfectly with Taurus's persistence and loyalty.
It's a dynamic duo.
It really is. They're a force to be reckoned with.
Okay, we've covered the power couples.
Yes.
But I'm really curious about Pisces,
Pisces.
because they're a water sign.
Ah, yes, the dreamy Pisces.
So how on earth do they create such a harmonious connection with the grounded, earthy Taurus?
It's one of those pairings that proves opposites really do attract.
I'm always fascinated by those.
Me too.
Because it seems like it shouldn't work, but it does.
And in this case, it works beautifully.
Tell me more.
Pisces brings that touch of magic, you know?
Yeah.
Emotional depth, creativity,
Okay.
while Taurus provides the stability, the practicality.
That grounding energy.
That Pisces needs to feel secure. It's a beautiful balance.
It's like Taurus is the anchor and Pisces is the ocean.
I love that. They complement each other perfectly. Taurus learns to embrace their emotions, to trust their intuition, and Pisces learns the value of structure, boundaries, a more grounded approach to life.
So they both learn and grow from each other.
It's a beautiful thing.
Okay, last surprisingly good match on our list is Cancer. Why is this water sign such a good fit for Taurus?
Both Cancer and Taurus value emotional security,
Okay.
a loving home environment.
They're both very home-oriented.
They prioritize family, loyalty, creating a space where they can truly be themselves.
Like the ultimate match for nesting.
It is. They just get each other's need for comfort and security. Taurus provides that stability, and Cancer brings the emotional depth and that nurturing energy.
It's a beautiful blend.
It is. They just create this cozy little world together.
Okay, so we've covered the surprisingly good matches. But as we know, not every astrological pairing is going to be smooth sailing.
Unfortunately not.
So let's talk about those signs that might pose a bit more of a challenge for Taurus.
The ones that require a bit more effort
A little more patience.
and understanding.
Okay, who are we talking about here?
You remember Aries, Gemini, Leo, and Sagittarius.
Yes.
Those are the ones that might clash with Taurus's need for stability.
Okay, let's break it down one by one. Starting with Aries, the fiery ram. Why is this sign often considered a clash of personalities with the steady, deliberate Taurus?
Aries is impulsive,
Yeah, always ready for action.
They jump into things head first, and that can be overwhelming for Taurus, who likes to think things through carefully.
So one's spontaneous,
Yeah,
and the other one likes to plan.
and that can lead to some headbutting, especially when it comes to decision-making or handling conflict. Aries might feel like Taurus is holding them back, and Taurus might see Aries as reckless and impulsive.
Okay, I can see how that could be a problem.
It's a classic case of too fast versus too slow.
So Aries is probably not the best match for a long-term, stable relationship with the Taurus.
It can be challenging, for sure.
Okay, what about Gemini? We talked about how their energy is very different from Taurus's.
Yes, Gemini is constantly on the go, always seeking novelty, stimulation, new experiences. And Taurus, well, they prefer routine, predictability.
They like their comfort zone.
They do. And so their needs and communication styles can be really different. Gemini thrives on intellectual banter.
Witty conversations, always bouncing around from topic to topic.
Exactly, while Taurus prefers that direct,
Straightforward communication.
that grounding energy
Yeah, I can see how that could lead to some miscommunication.
and misunderstanding.
So probably not the best match for a long-term relationship either.
It can work, but it definitely requires a lot of effort and understanding from both sides.
So next up we have Leo. Why is this pairing often described as a battle of egos?
Leo is all about that attention.
Yeah.
They love to be in the spotlight.
They want to shine.
And they thrive on those grand gestures.
They love drama.
A little bit, yeah. While Taurus, remember, is much more reserved, more subtle in their expressions of affection.
They're more low-key.
And those different needs for attention and validation can create friction in the relationship.
So Leo might feel like Taurus isn't giving them enough attention.
And Taurus might find Leo's grand gestures to be a bit insincere.
It's a clash of styles.
It is.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that different people express and receive love in different ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, last challenging match on our list, Sagittarius. What makes this pairing so difficult?
Sagittarius is the ultimate free spirit, always on the move, seeking adventure, expanding their horizons. And that can be really tough for Taurus, who values stability, security, a sense of home.
They're like two ships passing in the night.
It's the classic tale of the wanderer and the homebody. Sagittarius's need for freedom can clash with Taurus's desire for commitment.
While Sagittarius is off exploring the world.
Taurus is at home creating a cozy nest.
Two very different approaches to life.
It's a fundamental difference in how they see the world and what they prioritize in their lives.
This has been so eye-opening. It's amazing how understanding these astrological influences can really give you a new perspective on relationships.
It's like a whole new language for understanding human behavior.
It's like having this cosmic cheat sheet to help you navigate the complexities of love and friendship.
I love that analogy.
But of course,
Yeah.
compatibility is just one piece of the puzzle.
It's not the be-all and end-all.
Every individual is unique, and astrology can offer some amazing insights.
Absolutely.
But the success of any relationship really depends on those core values: mutual respect, open communication, and a willingness to work together.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's all about those foundational elements of a strong and healthy relationship.
Okay, so we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of Taurus. We've covered so much ground today, from their personality, their strengths and weaknesses, to what makes them tick in love, friendship, and work.
We've really explored it all.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I've gained a whole new understanding and appreciation for this grounded and multifaceted sign.
Me too. They're such a fascinating sign, so loyal, so dedicated, and they really know how to enjoy the good things in life.
They do. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this journey. We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Taurus.
It's been a pleasure.
Remember, this is just the beginning of your astrological exploration. Keep learning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep connecting with the wonderful people in your lives. Until next time, deep divers.